What are you drinking there, Jeff?
I'm drinking a little bit of Old Carter 11
Yeah?
with our good friend Christy Atkinson and Super Nash and CT.
Oh yeah!
But we're experiencing.
We'll let Christy tell us a little bit about it. What are we tasting here?
You are tasting Old Carter Batch 11 Rye.
All right.
So if nobody's had it yet, it's just coming on the market, and we need to try it.
Well,
Absolutely.
I haven't tried it because
It's hard to get off
I
the
can't
market.
get it. So,
But hey, you got Super Nash here. in South
Super Nash
Carolina,
will find it
uncontrolled
somewhere.
day.
And if you're in Kentucky, go to Justin's House of Bourbon.
Oh,
yeah.
They should have it. So there's lots of places you can find it in Kentucky.
All right.
All right.
I know one of my favorite places, but I'm not going to tell anybody because
It won't be at Kroger, just so you know. No Kroger, no Giant Eagles. No, negative. Cheers,
All right.
everybody.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Yes.
Thank you, Kristen.
And here we have CT in the media tent, the Beeline media tent, making up some old fashions. What do we have here, CT?
We're just gonna do a maple old fashioned.
Just a maple old fashioned. What kind of bitters are you using there?
Some aromatic and chocolate. We don't have any black walnut.
Aromatic and chocolate. All right.
Cherries?
And he's using one of our favorite bourbons, maybe. What are you using for the bourbon?
Oh, we're using Green River Weeded Bourbon from Aaron Harris. Oh my.
Oh my gosh. Aaron Harris. Green River Weeded Bourbon.
She's got oranges. So we're gonna take.
Yes.
We don't have a lighter.
Oh my gosh.
You good?
Wow. No, it's not good. It's fabulous.
Fabulous.
This
Amanda. So it's
Here
not
we have
exactly
Amanda from Bikini.
So it's
Here
not
we have
exactly
Amanda
how I
from
would make
Bikinis and Bourbon podcast, right?
it. Let's see what you think.
And she's going to try CT's Old Fashioned and give her honest opinion.
That is one of the most desserty old fashions that I've ever tasted. It's like chocolate maple citrus.
Yeah.
So it's like that candy you get at Christmas, like the orange peel coated in chocolate.
Oh my gosh,
That's what it tastes like.
you just nailed it. Yeah, when you said that, yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
And it's good or bad?
It's really good.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't have more than one or two because it's like, it is a little
One or
sweet.
two and you're done anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met me? It is delicious. I would drink one every day. But, like I said, one or two.
One or
And
two,
then that's
yeah. It's definitely a dessert old fashioned.
it. Yeah.
I agree.
It's what I like
And
to do.
it's good.
Maybe
And-
end a meal.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
This is Alan Bishop, head alchemist at Spirits of French Lick. Be on the lookout for a brand new bottled and bond Solomon Scott rye whiskey. Made from a mash composed of 65% rye, 35% corn, and 5% victory malt. This 5-year-old 100 proof rye whiskey is a throwback to early 1800s style rye whiskeys of the Ohio Valley. Named after the legendary Daisy Spring Mill distillery owner turned moonshiner Solomon Scott of Paoli, Indiana. Remember, drink responsibly and never drink and drive.
You ready?
Antonio, all right.
Well, you know, us diehard Catholic fans, that's pretty awesome.
Bourbon.
But it's two of the greatest things in buying it. Yeah, it's like that's just
That's
awesome.
an earthquake. It's called an earthquake.
Yeah, it is. You might become
But bourbon lovers will notice it when I walk through.
Oh, they will.
You want to get a pickle here?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Now get a picture of this. Look, now get a picture.
Oh yeah, I got one. I got a
Did you get a picture?
Oh yeah, cheers. Cheers, both of you.
Cheers.
Hey, sorry, Jeff, you weren't involved in this picture because you suck. You suck.
You don't want to come and sit with us. So too bad, too sad.
Drinking bourbon, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild, but it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
Okay, that's cool. You're in a golf
In
cart.
Springfield, Kentucky, you're legal to do this, but here they don't like you to do it.
Yeah, that's why you're just gonna get us to the thing and come back.
Right.
It is jamming.
We're gonna be looking all over. I don't think Troy took the car and I'm lost.
I mean, right to there is fine, and we'll walk the rest of the way to get back. Are you gonna go that way and come back, or are you gonna go that way? Or are you just gonna? Okay, so you're just gonna U it around. All right. I mean, talk about saving us.
You want me to go down one more road?
Is it?
And then you'll be right in front of
Right.
me.
Okay. Well, no. Well, we'll go this. You can drop us off here because then you can not go into that traffic. Okay. Yeah. You can. No. Oh. Okay.
Where are you?
Is that Fred?
I don't know. I ain't looking. I'm driving. Whoever it is, will have to wait.
Oh, you're wonderful. I mean, when we started up, it's a couple blocks, and then we're like, one more over. There's Beal.
Right.
Oh my God, it's just perfect weather. Just right here is perfect. Thank you.
Brady took a tumble at the steps. Like he landed his butt on his phone, and it was like mangled.
Oh my God.
About the phone.
So right here, didn't it turn right? All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.
Careful.
All right, see you tonight.
See you tonight.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Yeah.
Dropped off at Kentucky Bourbon Festival by Sandy No.
Lots of thirsty festival goers. First day of the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. How's it going today, guy?
That's good. How you doing?
Awesome.
Another 45 minutes. That's our part. 45 minutes last night getting these, and they don't work.
VIP ones do not, because that's the one you're trying to ski in.
This one gets me.
Yeah, does not. Yeah.
So, but I was there 45 minutes.
I noticed you guys.
Yeah, those are. We got there 6:30. Okay, so they opened at 6.
They opened the parking lot at 6. We heard on the ambassador. I heard
We got there 6:30. Okay, so they opened at 6.
They opened the parking lot at 6.
Is Northern Kentucky's little thing to join Northern Kentucky closer to the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And I think everybody knows 95% of the world's bourbon is made in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, 100% of what I think you should drink. So we're doing all over part in Northern Kentucky. It is a mashup of 7 amazing Kentucky Bourbon Trail craft tour distilleries, bars and restaurants, all of it self-guided. But the real goal is to get your first taste of Kentucky hospitality and make a beeline to places like Bardstown, Frankfort, Lawrenceburg, Gifford, Kentucky. So everybody that comes on the beeline gets a line guide. To make a beeline, you visit 2 distilleries, 2 bars, 2 restaurants. You made a beeline and you get cool stuff like this sexy t-shirt.
Yeah.
Glasses, posters, hats. We are just so excited to help introduce a lot of people in the Cincinnati area to Kentucky bourbon. So that is the beeline, and I want to thank you all for being here.
Thank you. All right. And you heard it. Beeline.
It's clear you obviously know the door. Flying too high with some gal in the sky is my idea.
Now we actually have the Fred Bino Distillery.
Right.
You know, which is a craft distillery for Freddie to, I always call it Freddie's Playground. I mean, he was just speaking that they've already done 27 different mash bills in the last year. You know, and it's a scaled down version of our big distillery.
Right.
So, you know, you can't really experiment with 40,000 gallon fermenters, you know, and really experiment. You got to pretty much play safe bets because, you know, a bad bet, that's a lot of mash and a lot of whiskey to do something with. But when you got a scaled down 8,000 gallon fermenter, you can don't have to make quite as much, and you can try some more, I guess you'd say, crazy stuff.
Right.
You know, and Freddie's trying different mash bills, and he's got a team with some chemists who can actually analyze the whole process from the grinding of the grain to the filling of the barrel, all in the Fred Bino Distillery. You know, I thought you had to be dead before they named buildings after you. But, you know, when they named it, I said, y'all know something I don't. What the hell's going on? But yeah, it's pretty cool to walk in and see Freddie and his team doing what they do on a day in, day out basis. And they're also producing liquid that we're using. They're doing the Bookers, they're doing the Bakers there, the Claremont Steep, you know, single malt is being made there. So it's a production facility and a research facility. I mean, I'm the luckiest father around. I mean, very few fathers have their sons follow in their footsteps and take the business forward. And I got a lot of friends that have sons, and they wish that the businesses would go forward. A lot of times it stays the same. Sometimes it goes backwards. But Freddie has seized this opportunity and went for it. Like I told him, I said, be you. Don't go in there and be me. There was never any pressure for him to do it. I mean, Dad always told me, don't bank on this being here. In the 70s, when I was in high school, Dad said, you know, the distilleries were shutting down. Everybody's inventories were off the roof. Bourbon was in the shitter. You know, I mean, nobody gave a damn. You couldn't have this bourbon. There wouldn't have been 20 people at this bourbon festival in 1974. So Dad said, you got to get college before we're going to put you to work. So after 8 years and a lot of his money, I finally got out of college. But, you know, that was just kind of the way it was back then. Dad really didn't know if this bourbon thing was going to, because everybody was seeing decline. Nobody was seeing growth.
Right.
I mean, you talk to Jimmy Russell, you know, the guys that were lived to it. I could say Elmer and Parker, but they've all passed on, and the guys that lived it, most of them are no longer with us. So those guys were trying to figure out a way to rekindle the fire under this bourbon category. So it's kind of wild to, so I did the same thing with Freddie. I said, hey, do what you want to do, because this is more than a 9-to-5 job. This Master Distiller, you're on key pretty much 24 hours a day if you don't watch it. They'll send you to, like Monday I head to Scotland, for an off-site meeting. But, Freddie, they want him to be at the distillery making whiskey and then be on the road trying to sell it. So, it's a little different than it was back in the 70s. But the thing was, you got to let him be his decision. And like I always told him, be you. It's your ride, not mine. I'm proud as a peacock of him. But what he's doing is great. But, I'm not telling him what to do. Because what he does, he brings samples home. We taste. Then he tells me what it is. I don't want to know up front. He just wants to know, you like it? What would you do different? So I'm just I guess a sounding board for him, and he can take what I say and go either change it or do whatever he wants to do.
Let them be.
Oh no, one fell in. I can't save you, buddy.
And what did you say about these guys? What did you say about these guys?
They're enjoying the festival just as everyone else is.
Yeah. Everybody likes bourbon, right?
Everybody likes bourbon.
Hey, my name is Bill Whitlow. I'm with Rich's Proper Food and Drink in Covington, Kentucky. And I'm going to be making our cocktail Bound for Gold. So, what we have, we are using Winslow Whiskey, which is also a Covington product. That's a 101 proof. Yeah. 2 ounces there. You can't tell, this is a riff on a Gold Rush. So this is going to be a vanilla and allspice infused honey.
So how do you infuse allspice?
Literally take allspice berries, crack them open, and then make the honey syrup that go in the sous vide for a couple hours.
Okay.
Just a little fresh lemon.
Okay.
And a couple dashes of Woodford Spice Cherry Bitters. These are some of my favorite bitters.
I love cherry bitters.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna make it.
Right. Beautiful.
Did you all want to split one?
Sure. That just means
Nice the fun. I'm gonna pan over to my date for the cocktail. Hey, baby.
I'm just going to do a simple little lemon zest.
that's a skill right there. You still have skin.
I still have my fingers.
I'm sure sometimes.
Yeah, thank you.
Woo.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Enjoy.
There you go.
Do it again. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers. All right. Hey, how are you? Good. See you.
How are you doing?
Great. Here we are with Rebecca Neely from Neely Farm Distillery. And what are you tasting today?
We got Papa's Bottled and Bond Birthday Barrel.
All right.
And that is a weeded single barrel.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
And
I'll taste it with you.
Absolutely. Great. I actually bought a bottle yesterday and had Papa sign it for me. And all while he was out here.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Have you tasted the cognac finish yet?
No, I have not.
This is our Old
jet bourbon.
Okay.
This was a weeded bourbon to start that we finished in a cognac barrel for 7 months.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Here we are at the 2023 Kentucky Bourbon Festival with
EJ.
EJ and, all right, from
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. How are y'all enjoying the festival this year?
Great. Having a great time.
Awesome.
Great people. Great food, great drinks. Everything's wonderful.
All right. This your first time?
First time here. Yep.
All right. Look forward. Are you coming back next year?
Definitely.
Great.
As soon as they announce, we'll be booking our rooms.
There you go. and your tickets online too. Jump on, get your VIPs, right?
Yes,
so far, what's your favorite thing been so far?
We went over to the New Riff.
New Riff.
They have that 6 years.
And I like the maple.
And the maple.
Oh, wow, great.
Oh, and
so in Scotland, how we all speak Gaelic, we just put hundreds of letters into words. So the way we would pronounce it is, it's the Master Edition. Master, like master. That's exactly what it means. It's coming together of two masters from the Scotch whisky industry, Maureen Robinson, from the bourbon industry, John Ray. They've come together creating this, our Scottish Master Edition. It's kind of like it's a Kentucky bourbon, viewed through the eyes of a Scottish woman.
Hey, Tiny! We're walking around the craft distillery section.
A guy throws away something and I'm walking beside. He turns into me, runs into me, and acts like it's not like I turned around.
Tiny waits for no man. He's bulldozing his way through the craft distilleries.
You know what? Little people should walk with more respect for big people.
What's the difference?
So Seville's got a little bit more Tuscany-ness to it. It's up to you.
Regular orange.
You said 2 of them?
Yes, please.
Would you mind choosing your own smoke for that?
Yes, and this time we want the pearwood. And we both want cocktail cherries in there too.
Yeah, I can make that happen. Let's get these smoking, shall we?
That sounds like a winner.
Is this day 1 or day 2 for you?
Actually, this is like day 7.
Day 7?
Yeah, we've been here since last Saturday. We actually helped Randy and Stacy get set up here on Tuesday. But I'm Martin with the Scotchy Bourbon Boys
Lou,
podcast. Great to meet you, Lou. And he is fixing to smoke our old fashioned with pearwood.
This is the last of it. It's kind of dense. There she goes.
Bourbon barrel aged smoked old fashioned with pearwood, right?
Yep. You got the last of the pearwood too, so you got lucky.
Absolutely. And we're gonna step back out of the way after he gets that smoked and just let him set in there while he starts mixing the other one. That's all right with him.
Absolutely.
Thanks for all you do, and we're here at the Ultimate Bourbon Cocktail Bar in the VIP tent at the 2023 Kentucky Bourbon Festival, y'all.
What we may be having is Scotchy Bourbon boys.
Yeah. What's going on?
Picture me pretending to like it. Well, yeah, there you go. Just
No, if you don't like it,
yeah,
if you don't like it, don't pretend. Say that's not my thing.
You guys are terrible at this. Like that. You should find something else to do.
Yeah, man, good stuff. I like it.
All right,
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jason's up. Jason, we're ready for you. Your call. It's going on. Let's hear it for us now. Good smooth rolling. There's also a coach right there at the head of the rack. He helps call out the time, when the roller setter brings them up. He helps make sure that the arrow is in the position. Rather than having to look over the edge and calls out, help them speed it up, slow it down. Bringing in number 8.
He's having trouble with that.
9, 10 is coming up. Getting ready to set it.
Distillery rather than a tourism distillery. Thank God, just Ross, keep pumping that great booze out. But I want to talk about that transition and how it is to follow along Master Distiller. I mean, in a lot of jobs, sure, you come behind somebody who's really laid the groundwork for that company, that product, whatever. But they don't have to go out and stand in front of a crowd and talk about it. I mean, you got a lot of different complex parts and pieces to your jobs now. And I hear it very often from Master Distillers, older and younger, that's like, I just got in this to make whiskey. I didn't think it was going to be getting on airplanes all the time. So Brett, talk about a little bit about what it was like to step in behind Jim Rutledge in 2015, if I'm not mistaken.
2015, yeah.
And meantime, I'm going to put a little slicing on this.
Yeah, service up some, please.
Talk away.
See, it was 8 years ago, actually, this week that I took over. And I started, actually, 18 years ago this week. And like you said, when I got into it, I was a chemistry major. And ironically, I kind of leaned towards science, obviously because I like science. But the other was because I didn't feel like that was a safe job where I wouldn't be in front of people talking. It wasn't. I knew that wasn't my strong suit, but now that I do it, I love it. But I know what I'm talking about now. I think whenever I was doing presentations or book reports before, I was winging it. That was probably half of my nervousness. Now that I'm just talking about what I love and talking to folks like you who are here willingly, it's all natural. So I don't mind talking about what I do now, and because I love what I do. But to follow up after Jim, I mean, people always ask, what did I learn from him? What did I learn from Al or John Ray or all the folks at Four Roses that were there to really help establish the brand as we came back to the United States? I was nervous. Obviously, there are big shoes to fill. But what's fantastic about working with those guys is there was such a wealth of information across, those three guys. And the rest of the people that work in the distillery and have been there for years, in some cases generations. So much to learn. Everyone's so willing to share that. And fortunately for me, when I came back, there's a lot of need for people to help out. So pretty much anywhere I offered to pitch in, people were like, sure, if you got the time, come on, just help out. So I had the opportunity to learn from some of the best in the industry. And so by the time 2015 rolled around and Jim announced his retirement, frankly, I was as surprised as anyone. So that was the question of how nervous are you now to step into those shoes? And to be honest, with the people that we have at Four Roses, again, that generational knowledge, the expertise, that part, I was, of course, worried about it, trying to maintain that. But the thing I was most worried about was talking in front of people.
We were just talking the intricacies of sour mash. Do we do we add the yeast right away, or do we want to naturally sour? Do we find our own lactic strains to first use that before we add our yeast? You know, haven't done a lot of that at Barton. So we are fermentation yeast geeks through and through. That's one of the reasons I took the job. One, I'm lucky to be at 1792 because it's a great distillery with a fantastic team, and it's even better to be around people who are just as passionate about fermentation and whiskey as I am. You know, going into college, I went to Purdue. I was dead set on making honey bunches of oats for a living. Cereal.
There's no cereal influencers, right?
No.
It's all whiskey influencers.
Maybe Tony the Tiger. I don't know. Does he count? But
he's the best paid illustration there ever was.
No kidding. But yeah, I took a microbiology class my junior year in biological engineering, and said, you know, forget cereal. We're doing fermentation. And so I scoured pretty much any distillery I could get a job at, and you know, was lucky enough to land a supervisor job at MVP, and you know, and now I'm at Barton working with another great team here, and again, lucky as ever. So, and to be on the stage with people who I read about these two when I was just getting started. It's really cool to be on the same stage as them. So kind of a dream come true.
That's awesome. To make you feel old, he's reading about it.
That's right. I mean, hell, I just turned 36 yesterday, but hell,
36 this season.
Should be feeling old yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go give a little bit of this to your mom and daddy while you talk about growing up in his shadow and operating in his shadow.
You know, I think I'll say I'm the luckiest, and I'd say everybody says the same, but you know, having an opportunity to come in and follow in your dad's footsteps and your granddad's footsteps, who you really look up to as well. I look at it, people say I'm lucky or I had a great opportunity, and I agree 100%. It was really much about that, is how do I take this opportunity and make the best out of it, from learning things from my dad, learning you know, as Brent mentioned, there's generational talent that sits in our distillery. I look, there's a guy right over there, he was laughing at me. He was one of my first mentors in the distillery. Dave Phillips worked for us at Boston. And the team that he worked with spent a lot of time with my granddad. So when I first came in the distillery, I was learning the kind of quote-unquote modern way of whiskey making with the computer. But there was a couple of fellas who hand-spun steam valves, you know, for my granddad to make sure we're hitting those temperatures. So to be able to learn how we make whiskey today, but understand how it got to where it is through literally the guys that were turning the valves was a great opportunity. And then I live next to my dad, so going home, it's like, do we continue to talk about work or do we take a break? But most of the time, the stuff we're talking about at work, it's great to have his input, right? It's kind of like a muse at the end of the day. You go work and you learn, then you come home like, what do you think about this? Or have you heard, did Granddaddy ever talk about this or any of that? So I think just being surrounded by a lot of people who understood whiskey, really, again, from my granddad to how we're doing it today, it's been a great opportunity. And also just, you know, really him stepping aside and allowing me to kind of be myself, I think was the biggest thing I'll say is when I first started talking, I think it was a Father's Day event at the distillery. I was so freaking nervous to sit beside him and talk. You know, what I was going to say was, he going to think, gosh, damn, that ain't right. What the hell are you talking about? You know, I never done
say
it.
that, would he?
No, maybe off camera. He might not say it up here, but he would have behind doors. What the hell are you talking about out there?
Now that I mean, this part, we've podcasted before with Greg Schneider and Nick Smith, and where you're at now, 2 years later, and all the, you know, because you guys are so transparent, it's the stuff that you've been distilling is starting to get more and more into the product, correct?
Right. Yeah, we're still doing all of our collaborations with products that we purchased from somebody else. We don't have anything that else. We did release this year our product, 6 years old, bottling bosses and sweetie bourbon, 30% rye bourbon, 95% rye whiskey. So those are 3 that are 50% ours. The Fusion series that we've had out is a blend of some of ours with some other products. That's a blend of ours plus somebody else's. Everything else we do is pretty much somebody else's. We just blend it together. Discovery series, our finish in somebody else's barrel, like bourbon barrel, wine barrel, cognac barrel, or beer barrel, or whatever.
Yeah, and it just I've been tasting through the Fusion series, from start to now, and like each time it seems to get better and better. I mean, it's just you're putting more of your stuff in there, right? And then you're still using that age of the other age whiskey, but it's fun to follow the progression.
Well, it's really how that kind of progresses along. When we first started doing Fusion, our product was doing that. We had to use about 30% of our product, 70% of oil to be that kind of product. As ours got older, we kept cutting the other product down because ours was picking up some away from those too. Now our product becomes about 49 years old. So it's pretty decent on its own, so we don't have to use near as much. So our product is 70% now, 30%.
So each drink, I'll make sure it's time right now. So I'm going to increase them, but I'll tell you what goes in it. So you're going to do 1.5 ounces of bourbon. And then it's going to be 3/4 ounces of vanilla bean demerara, 1 ounce of OJ, and then 1/2 ounce of the orange aperitif.
You're doing 2. I'm gonna make a beeline there as soon as I can. Literally.
Nice.
Right. Well, yeah, actually, Super Nash there.
Thank you so much. It's really good seeing you too.
You too. How's everything going up?
Yeah, dude, we're busy. We're having fun.
Yeah.
This is like it's a Super Bowl, but it's my Super Bowl every day.
Yeah. We're in a tent.
It's like you live the dream.
We're in a tent. Like we're in the Super Bowl.
I love what you're doing over.
I'm actually done stuff with Scotchy Bourbon. So I have a lot of contacts that are
But we'd love to do some, girl picks and just.
What's up, Tiny? So, what you drinking today?
Man, there's a lot of good options, let's be honest. I'm going to try something new. I have not tried the Old Route 8. I'm gonna probably try that. I love New Riff,
Yeah.
Love what they've done there.
That New Riff pick, that's the barrel pick for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Me and CT were on it.
Well, that makes sense why it's so good.
Yeah, it was good. Even better than, when you bottle sometimes and then you taste it out of the bottle, it's even better.
Yep.
That's
one of those.
That's what a master distiller knows all about, right?
A few things. Oh, man. Well, guys, enjoy the festival. It's been a great day so far.
Thanks.
Good job.
If you are just starting to taste, don't plan to do 20 in a day. Take your time. I've worked up through many, many years, many tasting. I can sample, if I'm not blending, I can sample up to 90 in a day and be confident in my notes. But that has taken many years to get to. I also, when I'm tasting, I don't take very much. I'm talking maybe 1 milliliter, if that, if I were to measure it out. And I think that also plays a role. But I will pace myself. I will not, if I feel like I'm starting to get a little fatigued, I'll step away, go do a couple emails, come back to it. I am very old school. I've learned I like to handwrite all my notes out. I've tried to do them on the iPad, not the same. Give me a pen and a paper and leave me alone. So I will then like type them into an Excel sheet so I have a record that's accessible. I work, of course, with EJ Curley. Lucky 7's another one of my brands, so I like to make sure that they have access to all my tasting notes for any single barrels that I pick. So,
well, if you ever want little tasting books, I have loads of them. I don't use them myself, so I've had them for the last 20 years.
I always love checking that stuff out.
I always get them, man.
I
so
love
you can
them.
have them all.
I love any kind of book, any tool that anyone's used over the years. I love exploring it, looking into it, and is this something we can benefit from? Or if I'm teaching a class, is it something that I could show people? You know, hey, you're starting to learn this. How can we, would this help you to learn to start taking your own notes? Because I've developed my method, which is backwards for most people, but it works for me. I've tried other methods. I always come back to the same one. I'm a creature of habit. So.
Everybody.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
All right, and I'll just do one of you.
Oh, one by himself.
Yeah.
He deserves a bit.
Yeah, you
I
get.
see why he fell off his chair. He's just always on the edge of his seat.
I love the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we'll go. All right. Welcome, everybody. We are the Scotchy Bourbon Boys here with Andrea and Dan of Michter's. We are here at Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and actually the end of Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I would say today is Sunday. We've had a little bit of rain and some sunshine, but overall, I would say this was the Michter's Day at the festival. So it's great to have you guys on.
Yeah, thanks so much. Sips and sunshine. That's what we love.
Yep.
Yeah. that song, I always, Darius Rucker, he hears beers and sunshine. I'm like bourbon and sunshine. It's still BS, right?
Yes, very much so.
Anyways, we got Super Nash here. We got Whiskey, CT, and Roxy along with me. But that's okay, Tiny. So what tell us about what you guys did today. I mean, it was a busy day, right?
Well, Dan picked on me a lot today. I'll say that.
Well, I've just never quite heard it put that way before. I thought I was just working.
We had beautiful biscuits. Well, let's see. Bourbon, biscuits, bacon, brunch. A lot of bees in there.
On the cup, so that when you sit down at your station, you know what you've got in front of you, and then of course your cocktail looks completely different than anything else. So just come on in, get to one of the tasting stations, get your pours, get in line for breakfast. We're not going to start anything until everybody's got the breakfast and got the pours and everything in front of them, so we can get started. Yeah, if the line, if you want to go ahead and get in line.
So we had the brunch today, and Dan and I told the story of Michter's. We had some great expressions. We tasted Michter's barrel strength bourbon, Michter's bourbon, Michter's 10-year bourbon. We had a beautiful cocktail, and we had a big hearty Kentucky breakfast with all things biscuits and gravies and bacon and bourbon bacon at that, made with Michter's, and cakes and salad and fruit and just country ham and everything, eggs, everything you can imagine. So it was wonderful.
And yet somehow I did not get to partake in any of that. So thank you.
Foreman or some of the big amazing brands out there, but we're not a craft distillery either. We're somewhere in between, and the fact that we've been able to grow this brand and build such a reputation based on the quality of our product is something that we're really, really proud of. To do that during a time when it was not lucrative to build a bourbon and much less a rye brand. Like, ryes were all but dead after Prohibition. There just didn't exist. There was maybe like 6 ryes left. And I remember Jimmy Russell telling me one time, Andrea, I distill all the rye I make in a year in 3 days. Like, it just was a non-existent category. And now seeing rye coming back the way it is, the family had a real vision for rye. And I just think there's something really special. It's passion and perseverance that it takes to be in this industry. If somebody came today and said, hey, I'm going to do a new bourbon brand, you're like, oh, yay, another one. You know, they're just one for every day of the week. You know, celebrities are getting involved. Everybody wants to be part of this renaissance in Kentucky bourbon. And it's an amazing thing, and it's something that we all are so proud of, and we all love this beautiful amber liquid that, you know, we share across the globe. But it's an incredibly difficult business. Perseverance, passion, determination, and, you know, Joe's not from here, but he does have that Kentucky grit that it takes to push through and, you know, make it happen. So we're incredibly proud of Joe Malliocco to be inducted into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And actually, the commitment from the family is we're privately owned. Joe does have residence also here in Kentucky now, just so he's here at the distillery making decisions, and it's actually really refreshing. And Andrea and I are going to share the things today that what makes Michter special. As mentioned, there's a lot of great whiskeys out there, a lot of great producers, but what separates Michter's, and that's what we really want to kind of dive in when we're talking about our whiskeys. And I know they're ready to try one.
I know.
So who is picking on who here?
I was sitting right here.
No, you are. Yes, you went up for seconds.
Well, and another banter
Yeah,
back and
banter,
forth.
right.
Yeah, we had that today too.
I was sharing the Michter story, but no, it's been great. You know, everybody at the tent has been enjoying it. I got to go to pour Shanks and Baumburgers at the VIP tent earlier today and meeting everybody. It's just fantastic getting out and seeing all the whiskey lovers, no matter who they are, and then the other producers, our friends in the industry. It's really just a great time.
Yeah. But I think that's, you said you were serving it earlier, and I think that's the thing people that don't come to the festival don't understand is you get opportunities here to do things like that with people like yourselves that offer great expressions of your brand. Of course, Shanks and Baumburgers is not something you're running out buying off the shelf. You know, it's something that's going to take a little bit of effort, but you get a chance to drink it here and see how good it really is, and you're like, okay, I need to find it.
Yeah, that
So
Baumburgers
that's pretty awesome.
That Baumburgers is the real deal.
And
that's
appreciate you
beautiful
saying that.
product.
Thank you so
And
much.
also, like at the event today, we had the 10-year, and then we had the limited edition single barrel bourbon, which both of those were fantastic, and also always the small batch, which is a great expression.
But it was a great experience, though, for people, too, because you could experience the base bourbon, then 10-year bourbon, then barrel strength bourbon. So you got to experience the difference between age and proof and how it can influence the different expressions, which I think it's also, this festival is also about education. It's about opportunities, tasting different products, getting opportunities with people like Dan McKee, the Master Distillers, you know, people in the business. Some have been in the business for 30 and 40 years. To be able to come out here and hear their passion and their story and taste unique expressions and get an education about what's so unique. I mean, that's what makes Kentucky bourbon great. Everybody's not doing it the same way, but it's so incredibly wonderful and delicious and fun.
Yeah, talk about what you brought to finish off the festival. We've been excited for this.
And I've been real excited too, because something that Dan had told me when we got to Shively this year and sat down.
I'm scared we may need to edit this because I'm not sure what I said. So,
well, you when we were talking about my podcast named Super Nash and how I was always come up with these old dusty bottles and stuff like that. How last year at the festival, how I had opened up some of those and shared with them. And your first thing you said, well, you didn't share anything with me on the podcast like that.
yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, so that was my inspiration to go out and find something like this. And
I'm excited.
Specifically to bring back and share with you this year. So
No, I'm excited.
what I found was 1975 pint-sized mixers jug distillate whiskey, and in the box tax stamped, and it actually was tax stamped in Maryland, and it's like I said, it's in 1975, and we're going to cut this tax sticker on it right now and open this up and have a nice pour.
So exciting.
You realize this is born 1 year after I was, so.
Oh, wow.
We're close. Nick.
Yeah,
Born in
yeah.
75, so this is my first bottle.
With the way it's been going, having Nash have a sharp knife.
Yeah. Trust me, I scooted back a little bit.
I saw that.
Okay.
Go. First time it's breathed in a long time.
It's whether or not that cork's going to handle it. Let's see.
All right, it's going to be real easy.
Pressure is on.
Oh, that is.
Did we do it?
Wasn't able to do it.
Anyone bring the cork? We're going in.
They have.
Do they have a corkscrew? Mark? No, they don't.
They don't have a corkscrew.
No.
Even if you have to push it down through, it's not better.
It's almost better to push it down in one piece than to shatter it into many.
Shatter. Well, that's what we're going to have to do.
Well, that's what
All
it did.
right.
Well,
All right.
all right. Just a little extra flavor.
Yep. I'll be nervous here.
You just want to get it out of there.
Oh, look at that.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Some nice. There's the first thing.
Look at
Look at
that
that clearness.
Just clean.
Wow, look at that. Beautiful.
You know, so technically that's an export.
It's what?
It's an export.
Yeah.
It gives you the first class, the Master Distiller.
Well, if I remember last year, I think we were all drinking out of used glasses at that point that I came over to the tent. So.
I'll play it with you here.
Well, Nash, thank you so much for this. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's all go in. We're all going in. We're all going in.
Dan and Andrea, thank you so much.
It's
It's so
wonderful.
great that you were able to come share this too.
Yeah, no, this is a really special moment for us. I mean, this is what Kentucky Bourbon's all about. For people who don't know, this moment right here, when you come together and you get to enjoy something really special together and make memories. That's what it's about. So it's amazing.
The nose, I mean, I actually can smell it right here.
I know
Yes.
from here.
Oh, so it's just like.
So if you don't know, Kentucky Bourbon Festival is actually the start of our season, which runs 52 weeks.
Love it.
So this is season number what, Jeff? 5?
5.
So we're this is the
Season
beginning,
5, yeah.
and you guys are the first episode 1.
Well,
of season
congratulations to your success. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's the collar and the corners. Now, don't worry about the sleeves because they're rolling up.
Gotcha. You already got the collar on.
You did?
Yep.
Oh. Look at that. And you even know how to keep it ironed. I just don't have any clue. CT giving tiny ironing lessons.
Whatever that is, right?
Well, that's in this day and age, how many ironing is a lost art almost.
Yeah, most people just throw it in the dryer for longer.
Yeah, but that doesn't get out all the wrinkles.
No. Yeah, usually water and starch will get the wrinkles
a little better.
Yeah.
I think that had a little bit of water in it. Yesterday it squirted out on me. But I'm sure you were trying to push the button initially, right?
No, I usually don't, because it usually has like a steam anyway.
Ah.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die.
Hey, Scotchy Bourbon Boys fans, this is Alan Bishop, Indiana's alchemist of the Black Forest. So I'm tuning in here today to tell you all about the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute channel on YouTube. If you're at all interested in the art of distilling, whether it be home distilling or professional distilling, and the intense geekery that goes into that process, then check out the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. I promise you're going to learn something you didn't know before about the arts.